And I just remember one day I was so frustrated and I was like, please, God, I was like, if you help me figure this out, I will help other women.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Medeiros.
And I'm Colleen Hungerford, and this is the Inspire Her Collective podcast and community for the whole woman, mind, body, soul, and business.
It's humor infused, as real as it gets, inspiring, and you'll walk away with real, usable tools for life and business.
If you love what you're hearing, please share with a friend, subscribe so you never miss an episode, and rate and review wherever you listen.
And if you find yourself wanting more inspiration and authenticity, visit our website to learn how to join our nationwide community. Let's dig in. Hello, Inspire Herd. We're doing this
Hello.
writers party
Yes.
people.
Party people. How are you doing, Cheryl? Kids are out of school.
Kids are out of school. I'm having an allergic reaction. I covered it pretty well. You can't see it, but if I can get close to
So
the screen
what?
for YouTube, really
We
can't
can't
see it.
see
I'm
it. Mm-mm.
swollen and red right here under this eye for like 2 or 3 days. There's no like bite. There, it doesn't look like poison oak to me. Just
Didn't
don't
you have
know.
poison oak recently?
I'm covered in it still right now. Yes, I have it all the time. It's a lifestyle in the summertime here. It is just my life.
Oh my
It is
God.
not fun.
And the girls are out, which I feel like they're out late. My kids have been out for weeks now.
The Midwest and California does things differently.
Well, yes, they do. They do them wildly differently across many boards.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, we
so
just got out
welcome to
on
the
Friday
summer.
and yeah, so we've got a summer nanny here. And I said, don't come back here. Bye. We'll see how
Yeah,
it goes.
yes, we have a new summer nanny and we're I don't say breaking her in, but kind of. And it's like we had the same
Same.
nanny for 3 years, 3 summers, and now we have a new nanny. And yeah, Godspeed, everybody.
Well,
Gonna be great.
um, new nanny here too. I've heard so much giggling today. And when I
Oh,
walked out
but
there to get coffee before this, they were learning a line dance. So I think it's going well.
I think
And
Oh,
it
I
sounds
love
great.
using
that.
their using their Chromebooks to like make videos for their YouTube channel. So I think they're gonna have a fun summer.
That's so fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, we
Okay, well, we're not alone.
know, and we're so excited. Okay, do the honors, Cheryl.
Okay, I have Jennifer Dent Brown here today. Jennifer is the creator of the Grown Woman Weight Loss Strategy and the host of Stop Dieting Forever podcast. She helps women in midlife
Praise.
connect the dots between their symptoms, metabolism, hormones, habits, and identity so they can finally feel like themselves again. When you work with Jennifer, you stop following the diet rules that no longer work for your body. The guilt is gone, the confusion goes, the cycle of always starting over again goes. You gain energy, confidence, and a way of eating that's sustainable and actually fits your life. She coaches women privately through the first 10 and forever well. Welcome, Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Hello. Thanks for
Welcome.
having me here.
Where have you been all
Thanks
our
for
lives?
coming. I
My
know, I've
God.
needed you for so long.
Here I am. Here I am.
Yes. Well, we're so excited to have you here. And a couple things. Jennifer and I got to speak pre-show. I love that I get to do that, which is so fun with our guests. The other thing I just want to say that I love that you do, Jennifer, is your email, your auto email. Like you have this auto email set up anytime you get an email and it comes out and it's like, here's the times that I'm working and here's the times that I'm going to
Oh,
respond and here's the thing. And I'm like, wow, what a queen. Like
my
really
autoresponder.
like
Yeah.
sending the autoresponder out so like just this is it. This is how it works.
It's
And
one of those grown woman standards I have to put in place because email, I get lost in email and it's such a time suck.
oh my
So I try
God,
to check it like once a day,
it's
Do you have the
amazing.
autoresponder on all the time, or do you
all the
turn it on at
time,
certain times? Okay, and
all
it
the
just sets
time.
your or it just sets your boundaries.
Yeah. For my work
That's
email,
great.
yes.
I love
Hmm.
it.
Mhm.
Anyway,
I
okay,
know
so
that
tell
is
us
really
more
good.
grown woman things. So the questions that I always say is right. Okay, so your bio is was actually very succinct and wonderful and a really good bio actually. But tell us kind of a little bit about how you got into this field, like what made you feel passionate or what kind of like led you to doing what you do now. Tell us your story.
Well, yeah. Well, I got started in this because I was overweight.
Well, there you go.
Quite simple.
That's how it
I
goes,
actually,
actually.
yeah, I started coaching in 2014. So I've been doing this for a minute.
Okay.
And I was originally the yo-yo dieter, like queen of all of the diets in the 2000s, late 90s. I would just gain 20 pounds, lose like 7, be like, okay, I got it, gain everything back, and then gain some more weight. And so that was just the trajectory of my life. And everything else in my life was good. Like I had a great job. I was traveling around the world for my job. I had properties. I had great friendships. Like if you look at all the pictures, I like everything was good from the outside. Family was good. And I just could not figure out the weight thing. Like
Mm.
just could not figure it out. And I just remember one day I was so frustrated and I was like, please God, I was like, if you help me figure this out, I will help other women. And at that point, I was like on my hunt for the next diet because I had just come back from vacation and I was feeling extra bloated. And, I was online looking and I saw this thing called a health coach. And I was like, what is that? And she had on her website, if you've tried everything, you haven't tried this. And I was like, listen, lady, I have tried everything, but I am willing to give you my credit card because you're telling me that you can help me. So I joined this 6-week group program and I like learned about lifestyle, the mind body connection, just like all of these different things that diets didn't teach me. And I was intrigued. I was fascinated. And I just started to lose some weight and I was like, I need to know more. And so I ended up enrolling in the same health coaching school certification that she was in. They teach you how to become a coach at that time. So I was still working full time. I started coaching on the side because people were like, you're losing weight. What are you doing? And I was like, oh, I can help you. You can become my client. I'm a coach now. So yeah, that was 2014 when I got certified as a health coach. It was the same year I got married. And then over time, I got a life coaching certification because I found that my clients are very type A, women, high, like very professional, high achievers, can do all of the things. And they would follow a plan really, really well, like follow a protocol, gut protocol, whatever it was, detox, they could do it. But then I would see them like 2 months later, and then it was like, wait, what happened? So I recognized, I was like, there's something missing. And so that's when I started studying the psychology of habit change, and I was obsessed with finding out why some women did not need to diet. Like, why could I go to a restaurant and see a little skinny thing over there eating a burger and fries, and like clearly she had no issues, and so I was obsessed with finding out who that person was. And then what I boiled it down to is just your identity. And so that's what I lead with now when it comes to sustainable weight loss change. And that's going to help you to stop dieting forever, is changing your identity. Stop thinking like a dieter. Stop calculating calories and macros in your head every time you sit down to eat. What are the emotional triggers that are causing you to eat? We work on all of that stuff first, and then the weight comes off. And
My
so most
God.
recently, yeah, I've transitioned into the grown woman standard because I am 52. And so perimenopause kicked my ass. When I turned 50, I was like, good. And then a month after my 50th birthday, I was like, WTF. It's like, what is happening right here? And I just went, it was like 18 months of trying to figure out what was happening, because there's a lot more information now on the internet, but back then in 2020, what is that, 2024,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
So I was struggling, y'all. I was struggling. And so I figured out, I connected my own dots. I went to my doctor. They couldn't help me. Went
Mm-hmm.
to all these different places. Anyway, I figured it out what I needed to do. I ended up connecting my own dots. And now I'm like on a mission to help, because I've talked to so many women who are like, I don't know what to do. I've tried this, I've tried that. I've heard the worst stories about people visiting their physicians and just like being gaslit. It's pretty bad. So I'm right now, my main mission is to help women in this stage of life get the help they need, help them connect the dots between their identity, because we still have the emotional eating tendencies, but also understand your labs and your symptoms and tie all of those things together so we can get you some help.
Oh, hey, Cheryl.
Oh, hey, Colleen.
Question for you. You and I have created this really awesome community of women nationally. They're amazing. Like, honestly, the best listeners, community members, people, eh, women in the country. We have four men, maybe. If I were a business, large or small, and I wanted to also capture that amazing community and let them know about what I do, what might I do that?
We have ad sponsorship availability options, and you can just navigate to our website, theinspirehercollective.com, and find the section of our website where you can apply to be a sponsor or have an ad on the podcast.
Do I have to be a big corporate company in order to do that?
No, we have all levels of sponsorships available.
And if I am a big corporate company, can I also do that?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Please
Please.
do. Please do.
Absolutely. Do that.
Amazing. I love it. I mean, the identity piece is so huge. You know, it's so funny. I was thinking about this. I think about it often because I actually wrote in a newsletter that I write that I think I was born on a fad diet because my mom was constantly on them.
Yep.
Like, I think I
Yep.
came out of the
Same here.
womb and was like on some sort of diet, right? And we've talked about this a lot. Like, Cheryl and I have both had similar experiences. Like, I was literally on every diet, like from the time I was 6 years old, because my mom
Mm.
had so many body image problems, right? And I even look
Mm-hmm.
at pictures of my mom, and this is what's wild and this is how you know it's an identity thing. When she was working so hard to lose weight and she was so heavy, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
She looked okay.
she looked great, right? But
Yeah.
didn't feel great
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. And I was having this like perimenopausal or whatever stress meltdown the other day because I'm like, I'm very accomplished. I have a great family. I have a great husband. I've got all this stuff, but I'm like insecure about my arms in this dress. Like, what the fuck? I know, like, what the hell? Like, what? Literally, probably nobody is looking at my arms or cares at
Everybody's
all.
looking at their own arms because
Yeah,
everybody's more focused
Everybody's
on themselves than
concerned.
anybody else. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But it is that. But what I love of what you're talking about is it's not just what you're eating. It's literally how you're perceiving yourself and what your own identity is.
Mm-hmm.
And I started working, this is just a funny, interesting thing. Like, I started working with a nurse practitioner and we're doing labs and we're checking on perimenopause and
Good.
they are both traditional and functional medicine, which I think is pretty cool. But they did
Mm-hmm.
this thing called an in-body scan. Have you
Mm-hmm.
heard of these things? Okay, so and that
Yep. I
basically,
do them
like,
every month.
yeah, okay. So, Cheryl, they're like, it's like your whole body composition. So it helps you, it scans, it's not just weight, but it's like what's your muscle density, like how much muscle do you have, this and that. And forever, I have always worked on my arms to try to get them, like, I always wanted really nice shoulders and nice arms. And I also lift heavy on my legs. I'd love to lift weights, but my arms were like jacked when it came up to the body scan, but my legs were like weak. And I was like, what have I been doing this whole time? And now I want my arms to be smaller, but I'm actually just like yoked. Like, now I
You're
can,
working out like a dude.
yeah,
That's what guys do. Like they work their upper body and then they have the little skinny chicken legs.
Don't
and I
forget to skip
don't.
leg day.
But I have apparently been skipping leg day, and now I'm like, oh crap, because anyway, it was just a funny and kind of a cool perspective to put on things too. Sometimes that information
Mhm.
can be
Yeah.
hurtful, but I think when you have a good perspective on it, it can be super helpful. So tell us a little
Where do you
bit
do these
about, like,
scans? Hold
I do
on.
them at
Where do
my
we do these
doctor's
scans? Are they
office.
at our gym? Doctor?
No, I don't know. Mine's at my doctor's office.
Yeah, I
Jennifer,
get
where do you do
mine
it?
done at my gym. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
So that's just one of the I believe in collecting data. That's
Yeah.
like the more data that we have, that's when I can help people connect the dots. So I'm like, if you can get an in-body scan, you can get a DEXA scan. Those are the most accurate. But the scales now at home, like I recommend to my clients, like the technology is better. So you can get one of the scales that has a handle. It's similar to the in-body.
Yeah.
But really what you want to do is just get the trend. It doesn't matter. Like if you keep weighing at the same time at the same machine, we want to just see the trend. Are you trending up with your weight? Are you trending up with your body fat every single month? And that's how we start to make decisions.
Yeah. And so talk to us a little bit, like if somebody's coming to work with you, like, Cheryl and I are roughly the same age. She's younger than me, but we're in our 40s, early 40s. And like, what does that start to look like for you? And what are the things that you are running into repeatedly with women kind of around this age? Maybe dipping into perimenopause.
Yeah, I'm impressed that you're in your early 40s and you're taking care of your hormones and your labs and all that
Yes.
stuff now. Good for
Yes.
you. I
Yes.
wish. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Okay, well, I think our symptoms maybe started before yours did because at like
Well,
39, I'm like, what the fuck is going on with my body?
but
Really?
the thing is, Cheryl, I did all these labs, and not to jump in on this, but like, and all my hormones are fine, but it was other things that were like I was
Metabolic.
supremely vitamin D deficient, like supremely.
Mm,
And she's like, that's
hmm.
why you're moody. That's why you're tired. That's why you're whatever. She did put me on a tiny bit of testosterone, like a tiny little bit of testosterone. So we're trying
Good.
that out. Anyway, sorry. Yes.
Good.
Yo. So
Yeah,
that's,
that's great.
yeah.
That's what I started with testosterone too. Yeah. What was the question, Colleen?
Okay. So what are you, so like, if we were coming to you, what are you seeing on a like, what is something that you're seeing with women kind of like across the board? And then like, how do you usually start with a new client?
Yeah. Well, with most of my clients, it's just frustration. It's just like I am doing all the things that I did in my 30s, and like this weight is not moving. And like with me, the weight just came on in really weird places. Like I did not like, I was living the lifestyle. I was healthy, I was lean, I was working out, and all of a sudden the weight, like my stomach grew, my arms grew. Like, Colleen, you have the thing with your arms. I
Yes.
was like, so that's a sign of insulin resistance, which I had no idea.
Mm,
But I always had really strong legs and quads turned to mush. That's why I started with testosterone, because I felt like my muscles were disappearing and
mhm.
my testosterone was like single digit number when I
Mm.
finally got it tested. So that's where I started. But that's kind of what I see is like frustration. Like I have been doing everything. I have cut my calories. I stopped eating carbs. I'm like doing all the things that used to be able to like get 10 pounds off easily. And it's just not working. Like they feel like their bodies just aren't responding anymore. So that's one thing. It's like the physical manifestation of the hormonal imbalance, but it's also the metabolic imbalance too that a lot of us aren't familiar with. And that's like insulin resistance. Who knew that when your estrogen drops, that your body starts processing food differently and you can become insulin resistant? I had no idea. I developed insulin resistance. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm a health coach. Like insulin resistance? I don't need a lot of sugar. My
Yeah.
ignorance, right? So,
What
but
a
these
scam these hormones are. I mean,
isn't
like,
it isn't it crazy?
what the hell?
Bullshit. I want my
Bullshit.
money
Okay.
back.
Yeah, this is a scam. Okay. Sorry.
Second puberty. But on
Oh,
top of that too, it's the stress
Cougar
levels.
puberty. Cougar puberty. I've
Puberty. Yes, if I can say that word. But yeah, that's an accurate description. But on top of the hormonal fluctuations, it's the stress that we're under in this stage of life.
mhm.
Right, it's like taking care of the kids, taking care of the parents, making sure the bills are paid, like having careers. And a lot of my clients are executives or business owners. And so it's a lot that we handle. And so that's where the grown woman standard came in,
Mm.
because I'm like, okay, y'all, because this was also my lesson as well. I can work 80 hours a week. I can work every single weekend. But what is that doing for my body? It was killing me. My adrenals were burned out. My stress levels, cortisol was elevated. Like none of the hormone replacement therapy was going to work until I brought my stress down.
Mm.
So that's enough. That's where the life coaching comes in, because at this age, it is difficult for my clients to put in the grown woman standards
Okay,
because
what are they though? Tell us some of them.
there's so many of them. So one,
Okay.
if you join my newsletter, I send one out every single week. Like on Mondays, we look at a grown woman standard and like this is how we should be acting at this age. So what's one grown woman? There's so many. What's one good grown woman standard? Oh, just like going to bed on time. Going to bed on time and letting everyone in your household know that no, mom's going to sleep right now. I had one client, her biggest stressor were her kids. teenage girls. Cheryl's raising her hand. That
Yep,
was
I
her
get it.
biggest trigger. And so she would work all day. She was a corporate executive in finance. Kids driving
Mm.
her. Now she's trying to like control her children, making them in two very separate personalities for her children. And when they would like settle down, and then she would drink her wine, she would settle in with her snacks. And that was her thing. She was even sneaking down to the pantry at nighttime so nobody would
Mm.
see her snacking. That was her way of decompressing. And I was like, we gotta set some standards here
Yeah.
around how your kids interact with you and how you're parenting your children. So one of her grown woman standards that she created for herself was like, okay, she recognized that she needed her own personal me time with no interruption. So she created a sign. She put it on her bedroom door. And she was like, listen, she's like, when this sign is on this door, mommy does not need to be disturbed. I will be out in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But with this, if this sign is on, and she was very adamant about it, she was like, do not knock on this door. And that was the time she would do her journaling, her self-reflection, like her deep breathing. She was like, I just need a minute between work and then children
Yeah.
before I end the day, because she knew that that was her trigger time. And the nighttime was going to end up with her in a wine, in a glass of wine and some snacks, unless she did this work. So that was a grown woman standard for her.
I love
I
it.
can't tell you how many women that I've interacted with that have to set a standard of something like this, where they get some alone, quiet me time to recharge
Mm-hmm.
for themselves. And
Yep.
the people that do it are the most successful and vibrant.
Yeah, and
Mm.
it's really,
It
it
makes a
seems
difference.
really hard when you're in it, right? Like it seems like impossible when you're like so like mired down or like in this like stress circle to even think about like putting a sign on my door and telling people to go away. Yeah, right. Like I am very guilty of that, but it's like it would say it's like vital to be able to like set those types of boundaries or set that time aside. And it's something I'm just now starting to kind of figure out for myself and figure out, like in my life, because
Mm-hmm.
I was running on this like huge I'm still working on it, like cortisol, just insane cycle of stress and push through it. And you know, then my
Need
gallbladder
some standards,
exploded.
Colleen.
Yeah, then my gallbladder exploded at the beginning of the year and had to have that removed and
Oh
like, all
no.
of that. But it's
Yeah.
really like, trying so hard now, and I think it's really difficult, and I think we have to like give ourselves a little bit of grace and a little bit of like space to kind of do some of this stuff, to like
Mm-hmm.
say like I'm going to stand on my vibration plate with my red light for 20 minutes or 10 minutes and you guys just need to leave me alone. Like, and even those little things, right? Like it's like baby steps into creating, because
It's definitely
yeah,
baby steps. Definitely. Because a lot of my clients are type A. And so they want to like do all the things. Like, okay, I gotta
All in.
standard.
yeah,
Okay, I gotta do this. And then it's
yeah,
like, if I can't do it to the 10th degree, then I am a failure and I won't do it at all.
yeah, yeah.
All or
And it's like
nothing.
I feel that it's like what's the point, like if I'm not going to do it to the best I can, like what's the point?
So that's one of the things that I work with. This is the beauty of working with clients one on one, is that I get to know intimately their lives, their personalities, their circumstances, like what's happening, because then we can customize a grown woman standard. Like
Mhm.
a grown woman standard has to be specific to you. Otherwise, like what you do, Colleen, may not work for Cheryl.
Right, right.
So, and all of the grown woman standards, it just comes up in the coaching. It just like, okay, this is your trigger. This is what we need to. Okay, let's work on some boundaries here. It's always
Okay, so
different.
what are some of yours? Like, the email, which we know I love the email autoresponder.
We hope you enjoyed part one of this discussion. We'll see you next week when we wrap it up with part two.
That's a wrap. Thank you for joining us on this journey of laughter, life, and growth. Please remember to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you found value in today's conversation, we'd be thrilled if you would leave us a review on your favorite platform. Your feedback means the world to us.
And don't forget to share this podcast with your friends, family, and anyone who could use a good laugh and some practical insight into navigating the challenges and triumphs of our minds, body, soul, and business. And remember, you're not alone on this path to success. We're right here with you every step of the way.
Remember, we're doing this right.
Right?